This week we're down at the 2009 AdTech conference, finding out what the future holds for social media. I'm here with Nick, the head of sales and marketing for Viacorp. How are you going?
Good, yeah, enjoying the show. It's great.
Great. Now, we know that social media networking has had a great explosion in the last couple of years. Where do you see it going in the future?
Well, it's going to be interesting how the applications stay profitable, Facebook and Twitter and things like that, without them losing their naturalness. You know, at the moment there's bits of advertising on there and it's about the right level, but if it gets too much, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how the corporates and business people integrate these applications into their day-to-day. We've been doing some great stuff with live video work. We're a video provider, and putting Facebook Connect and Twitter apps next to the video. So in a live environment, the audience can debate, confer, disagree, collaborate, and so that's very interesting. I think we're going to see examples of social media being integrated into companies' websites where they control the user group, where they have some degree of control, because at the moment it's a little bit too out there, you know. But
what about video? Where do you see that headed in the future? Because it's becoming quite big now.
Well, look, I mean, social networking is all around a community talking about some sort of content, and it's usually pictures or text. Video is a much more engaging form of content. You know, it's like the three wise monkeys. You know, you're touching, feeling, seeing, doing, which is why you're doing these videos as well. If we transcribe this interview, it wouldn't be as interesting as it would be because you can see me, you can see my body language, my reaction. You know, and a very pretty presenter. You know, it's much more interesting. You know, so and that gives the community something to talk about. Yeah, so. We work very closely in the social networking spaces. Yeah.
So what do you think about video advertising? Do you think it's going to touch a little bit on that, or is it already growing?
Look, I mean, it's obviously there at the moment. You've got your pre-roll, your mid-roll, and your post-roll. Pre-roll's the dominant one. It's fine when it's long form, but on short form content, you know, do you really want to watch a 15-second TVC on a 1-minute piece of content? But the producers need to have some revenue, so you know. What will happen is the better quality will attract the better advertising. All right, that's now. But when the TV and the PC become the same thing, and we are watching full screen content when we want it, how we want it, rather than logging on at 2 o'clock to watch that show. All right, you can watch it whenever you want. The content it'll revert back to your normal 30-minute TV show, all right? 22 minutes of content, 8 minutes of advertising, all right? And you and I are used to that, yeah, in when watching on TV. So when the TV and the PC do properly converge, and it's not far off now, that's when it'll settle down. Do
you think that's in the close future or maybe distant future?
It's already happening in the States. Ian, our CEO, was at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, and every plasma screen there had its own router and Ethernet port, so it could access content over the internet. All right, so it's happening. America's got the internet infrastructure to deliver high quality video. In Australia, you know, it's crap here. It's really bad, you know. And the sooner Conroy and Telstra and everyone sort all their bickering out and give us a decent internet connection, it's holding back the Australian economy. Once that's in place, it'll be very, very soon. So it's happening in the world, it's just not in Australia due to the government.
Hopefully we'll catch up pretty soon. We're always the last on the train, aren't we?
But the silly thing is that Australians are very high adopters of the internet and new applications on the internet. Facebook and Twitter, we're right up there as the highest users per capita in the world, and yet we've got a really bad infrastructure.
And having said that, what's your favourite social networking site?
Well, I use Facebook more for personal stuff. I'm also involved in filmmaking and acting, so I use that. I use MySpace more for my creative side of things, and then LinkedIn for business. Twitter, I think, is a complete waste of time outside events of conferences. Within events and conferences, it's brilliant, because at the sessions today, you know, I've been twittering away and hearing other people's points of view, and you're getting that IP out of people's heads that you don't at a normal event or conference. You know, it's always one way at events. Presenter speaks, you listen, maybe 2 questions at the end, and yet you learn so much from the questions. So Twitter works brilliantly in those environments.
Because there's such a difference between Twitter and Facebook, isn't there? Facebook's more personal, you can send messages, where Twitter, anyone can go on at the same time and know exactly what another person is saying. That's right, isn't it?
But what's interesting with Twitter is that I've met people through Twitter at the event. I've started a dialogue with them about what the presenter was talking about, and then we'd see each other afterwards, and a contact's been made from a supposedly online, faceless, vacuous virtual entity. It actually can create more of a face-to-face thing happening as well. So.
All right. Well, thanks for the chat, Nick, and we'll let you enjoy the rest of the event.
Yeah, cool. Thanks a lot. Cheers. See ya.